What's the best way to find a Japanese wife? It's a very good question. My name is Stephen Frost. I'm the founder of Marriage Matching and I'm here to answer that question. So regardless of whether you are living in Japan or whether you are somewhere else overseas, there are very, very limited options in terms of finding a Japanese wife. Realistically, you need to have introductions. Unless you have got a mutual connection, someone in common, someone that you both know, it is going to be very, very difficult to actually find a Japanese wife. Whilst overseas, it's very easy to find someone. You can go to a bar, you can go to a cafe, you can get chatting. Heck, you can even meet someone in a supermarket of all random places, exchange contact information, and then message, get to know each other a bit more, and then actually go out on a date. In Japan, it is exceptionally rare, and I can't emphasize that enough, exceptionally rare for that kind of meeting to actually result even in a date as much as anything. Japanese people are very focused on trust, and with good reason. As a result, unless you have got a mutual connection, unless there is something within that where you both know someone that can establish that circle of trust, actually exchanging contact information for a start is going to be virtually impossible, let alone actually agreeing to go on a date. As a result, unless people, and this includes people in Japan, meet usually as they're growing up, often within school, junior high school, potentially university, it becomes exceptionally difficult to actually start meeting people to go on dates. Granted, there has been a progression here when it comes to dating. There are various dating apps around. Tinder and Bumble have both progressed into Japan. Challenge with that, people will use Bumble and Tinder usually for finding friends. Someone that they can hang out with, maybe see if it leads to something further, but it's exceptionally rare. For Japanese people, or those who are holding a high level of fluency in Japanese, especially written Japanese, there are apps like Pairs and Omiai, which can be used. Again, lacks the circle of trust. So finding someone who's definitely committed to finding a marriage partner within one of those apps, extremely rare. There are some dating apps which are run by local governments, especially around Tokyo area. But again, there are things which are required with them, high level of fluency in the Japanese language. As with Pairs and Omiai, basically anything that's government run, you're needing at least a Japanese level of JLPT2 or ideally N1, which is the highest level of fluency, in order to actually be able to use any of those apps. In addition, if it's a government run one, you will also need to be a resident and have a valid visa at the very least, if not Japanese citizenship. So there are serious boundaries with that. What most Japanese people do, if they have not found a marriage partner by the time that they reach around about 25, 27, is they will actually go and register with a marriage agency. Commonly overseas, these are referred to as Japanese marriage agency. Reason people do this, because marriage agencies provide introductions, pure and simple. But on top of that, they provide introductions to people who have been vetted. They've gone through background checks. People have been checked, made sure that they are who they say they are, claims that they make about themselves regarding income, education, all of those kind of things, they have been verified as true. And because they've been through those verifications, because they've been through consultations, the people at the marriage agency actually know them. So you've got that point there. So when it comes to someone else coming to a marriage agency and looking for an introduction, it's like, oh, well, that person's already been checked, so having an introduction to them is going to be a relatively safe thing to do. So what is the best way to find a Japanese wife? Realistically, it is to register with a marriage agency. It is why Marriage Matching in Osaka is here to help people, whether they are in Japan or overseas. We provide that crucial link. We are the third party in the background that both can then say, yep, we know them, we trust them, we work with them, and so we know that anyone that they are providing an introduction to is going to be reliable and likely to be a good match as well. So what is the best way to find a Japanese wife? Register with a Japanese marriage agency, ideally marriage matching. We are here to help with that kind of thing. We work with people across 6 different continents, and we continue to do so as well, helping people to find wives, husbands, all of these kind of things, which ideally are going to be lifelong. We have a very strong record with all of that kind of thing. So yeah, so if you're looking for a Japanese wife, if you're wondering what is the best way to find a Japanese wife, register with a Japanese marriage agency, ideally marriage matching, have a chat with us, and basically look to see what your opportunity is with finding the person of your dreams and that ideal match for marriage. So yeah. Anyway, my name is Stephen Frost. I am the founder of Marriage Matching, and this has all been to help you work out what is the best way to find a Japanese marriage partner. It is to register with a Japanese marriage agency. Thank you.